Hello and welcome to Select 10. Today, we will be highlighting the top 10 best new Hollywood movies that were released on Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Disney Plus in July and August 2023. These are current trending action, adventure, horror, and comedy films that you should certainly check out. A friendly reminder that the availability of these movies on the mentioned streaming services may vary depending on where you reside. And do comment on how many films you've seen from this list. Now let's start the video. Number 10. The Channel. It is a crime action film directed by William Kaufman. The narrative takes place after the bank heist goes wrong, where a desperate man, Jamie, his brother, and their ragtag group of ex-Marines are forced to flee from the city and the persistent FBI agents who continue to track them. All of this culminates in a ruthless and gory climax involving the use of weapons like blades and guns. The plot is action-packed, full of gore and aggression, and most significantly, it elevates the conventional heist concept with a few fresh ideas, pulse-pounding action scenes, and a touch of family emotion. There are certain genre-specific cliches in the story, but there is no dullness thanks to the constant supply of thrilling moments. Although the film was shot on a small budget, each action scene is so expertly planned that it enhances the overall tone of the whole film. Number 9. No Hard Feelings. It is a 2023 comedy drama film directed by Gene Stupnitsky. The plot centers on Maddie Barker, who is on the verge of losing her house until she surprisingly comes across an appealing job advertisement to date an introverted 19-year-old to help build his self-esteem before enrolling in university. The bizarre offer was placed by boy-rich parents who were searching for somebody to help their quiet 19-year-old son come out of his awkward closet before higher education. Maddie was given one summer to convert the kid into an adult where she uses any means necessary. The question of whether she will succeed or not drives the entire plot, which includes tons of comedy, bizarre jokes, and more. And while it is not a family-friendly movie, it is a rather enjoyable comedy that works in most parts and gets a few solid chuckles. However, the story is too routine and offers nothing new. Additionally, this movie might not be for everyone, but if you want to watch an enjoyable romantic comedy with some funny scenes, give it a try. Number 8. Unknown. The Lost Pyramid. It is a documentary directed by Max Salomon. The setting of the story is in the desert of Saqqara, where a pair of the most renowned Egyptologists in the world, Dr. Mustafa Waziri, his assistant, and Dr. Zarhi Hawass, compete with their crews to find priceless artifacts. Meanwhile, Mustafa Waziri looks for an unlooted tomb in an old necropolis. The famed Dr. Zarhi Hawass seeks the lost pyramid of an ancient Egyptian monarch. To test who will make the greater breakthrough and leave a lasting impression on history, both squads compete against time. The film does a remarkable job of bringing the audience near to the action, showing the compressed interiors of tombs in their original condition, while the numerous finds are treated carefully to ensure they are kept as intact as possible. For anyone interested in mysteries and ancient history, this is a charming and captivating watch. Number 7. Unseen. It is a survival thriller movie directed by Yoko Okumura. The story focuses on Sam and Emily, two young ladies who couldn't be more different from one another, play important roles in each other's lives throughout the narrative. While Emily is a nearly blind lady who is fleeing from her angry ex-boyfriend in the forest, Sam is a sad fuel station employee. Sam and Emily first get to know each other when Sam answers Emily's phone and tries to assist Emily by way of a video conversation and leads her across a forest. In simple words, Sam serves as Emily's sight from a distance through a phone call as she attempts to make it out alive. The film features an ordinary survival story but a solid cast, excellent direction, and lots of thrills keep you on the edge of your seat. And due to his intense pace, compact narrative, and horror and thriller elements, fans of survival movies will most probably enjoy this one. Number 6. Cobweb. It is a 2023 horror thriller film directed by Samuel Bowden. The story focuses on Peter, who is troubled by a persistent knocking sound coming from beyond his room's wall. His parents think that Peter is just imagining the sound, but Peter finds it to be extremely unsettling. However, as Peter's anxiety grows, he starts to doubt his parents' loyalty and decides to look into the strange noises and an unsettling truth that he believes his parents kept hidden from him. On first listening, the tale may sound like a regular horror movie, but it attempts to break from the typical pattern of horror stories by adding a few surprises. The drawback is the film's quick pace and hurried ending, which leaves some genuinely intriguing concepts unexplored to the max. While the majority of the horrors in Cobweb were probably nothing new, but the audience is kept guessing and curious until the very end by the parents' weird actions. Number 5. Heart of Stone. It is a 2023 spy action thriller film directed by Tom Harper. Every time there is a major Netflix original film, the results will either be a miss or a huge hit, and it missed this time. This movie has been compared to the Mission Impossible series, and although it does share the core spy element, the storyline is chaotic. The positive aspects of this movie are its huge cast and some expertly staged action sequences. If you don't care about the plot and just want to see a good action movie, this will meet your requirements. The story follows global security operative Rachel Stone, who sets out on a perilous assignment in order to safeguard the enigmatic artifact known as the Heart. She is given the responsibility by the organization called the Charter to keep the artifact secure from unfriendly eyes. But when a close friend turns on her with the aid of an unknown hacker, Stone is forced to act quickly to keep her foes from abusing the Charter's enormous authority while trying to safeguard world peace. The film's biggest attraction is Gal Gadot, and her performance is strong, and the film's setup has enormous cinematic potential. But the rest of the films lacks any feeling of emotion or stakes, but when it reaches the action, Heart of Stone is at best and enjoyable. Number 4. Lola. It is a 2023 found-footage sci-fi film directed by Andrew Legge. The movie is set in 1941 England and centers on two sisters named Thomasina and Martha, who invented a device called Lola that can listen in on transmissions from the distant future. However, as World War II intensifies, the sisters plan to put the device to productive use by intercepting knowledge from future events that might be useful for intelligence officers. Much to their astonishment, the machine swiftly alters the course of the fight against the Nazis, and while Thomasina gets captivated by Lola, Martha starts to understand the horrible effects of its strength. It is not a typical science fiction movie, and the film's format of found footage will turn off fans expecting usual sci-fi. However, if you want to experience a different kind of time travel, you should see this. The film treats the idea of time travel thoroughly while also incorporating some imagination and humor. It's a puzzling movie that defies categorization. It's an enigmatic realism sci-fi that essentially serves as a World War II drama, and it's quite good. Number 3. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. It is a 2023 superhero action-adventure film directed by James Gunn. Let's talk about this assuming that you haven't seen the first two movies, but those who have will be able to connect and relate to the plot better than those who haven't. In the third and final installment of their epic adventure tale, the Guardians set out to rescue Rocket, one of the members of their team, who had been abducted by a sinister organization that has ties to Rocket's past. During their attempt to rescue Rocket, they learn about his history, why they took him, and the backstory, which is really heartbreaking. The story progresses as the Guardians spare no effort to safeguard the Rocket, and as for whether they will be successful, I believe you already know the answer, but the narrative up to that point is an emotional roller coaster with a few humorous sequences and good action scenes. In addition, the film introduces a few new characters that will return in future films. Number 2. The Night of the 12th. It is a mystery thriller film directed by Dominic Mole. The plot follows Johan, an aspiring policeman, who starts looking into the grisly killing of a young woman, Clara, in the city of Grenoble. However, when the Johan squad meticulously investigates Clara's life, they learn about all of her deeds in an effort to identify the murderer. But, as the investigation becomes more tangled, Johan is placed in an uncertain scenario. The film is based on a true crime story by Pauline Guina and succeeds in delivering a grim thriller that is very powerful and superbly played, where protocols and mindsets show a damaged community. Despite its sad subject, the film's tone, honest portrayal of truth, and emphasis on human nature make it interesting. Overall, it is a gritty, intense police drama that is richly infused with numerous social concerns that give the entire story an additional level of depth. This one is worth seeing if you enjoy true crime stories. Number 1. The Three Musketeers, D'Artagnan. It is a 2023 action-adventure film based on Alexandre Dumas's 1844 book, The Three Musketeers. The narrative revolves around D'Artagnan, who, after being left for dead, travels to France in search of his attackers. Unexpectedly, this causes him to become embroiled in an actual conflict that threatens France's destiny. He joins forces with the king's three fearsome musketeers, Athos, Porthos, and Aramis, to battle and confront the sinister schemes of Cardinal Richelieu. Together, they represent the pillars of devotion and bravery, prepared to protect the king from any potential threats. But once they discovered the cunning plan being carried out by Cardinal Richelieu, they must stop the potential danger before it can strike. This film serves as the first part of a split story, staying true to the traditional tale as it focuses on D'Artagnan's voyage. Also, the second installment is scheduled for release on December 13, 2023. The film has many iterations. What distinguishes this one is its style, which is utterly compelling and irresistible, as well as its historical drama, which fully engages the audience with its gripping events. Although it's not perfect, it certainly meets all the criteria for a solidly constructed and highly enjoyable film. The movie is breathtakingly lavish, taking fans to a world of royal elegance, and it includes a top-notch cast that gave outstanding performances. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. And do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.